Welcome, Libra, to the quantum frequency for divination. I am the Divine Mystic. Today is August the 7th, 2019, and I'm conducting the bi-weekly astrological reading for the sign of Libra. So, Libra, welcome back to the channel. If you guys have subscribed, thank you so much. You've helped my network grow to over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you again for all of the love and support you guys have shown me this far. Much appreciated. You guys, I'm open up now for personal readings. The information is down below the video. So if you're looking to get some personal clarification, go ahead, reach out here, you guys. My current turnaround time is the next business day here. Okay, so Libra. Lots of things happening here for you, Libra. Okay, so a situation at work is balancing itself out. Okay. Some of you guys are like, you're kind of hoping that this job kind of ends or something like that. Like you realize that it's not really filling your cup here in the Seven of Cups. It's kind of like a lower vibration. It's not necessarily helping you out because I have the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. Okay. Now, the reason why I say it's work, the Eight of Pentacles is here. Now, you guys, if I place that here and really like the Temperance card, like trying to fill up the cup, okay, it's not really filling up your cups, okay, it's not getting you the things that you want, okay. I do have the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, okay, so adding up to the Ten of Pentacles here, you guys are afraid of losing money. That's why you're kind of holding on to this job situation here at the current moment, okay, because it's like, well, if I don't work, I can't get this, that, and the other thing. Okay, so it's like you have a plan, but at the same time too, like you're worried about the tower kind of coming down on it. Okay, so again, worried about financial losses, but I don't see any in this situation. It's just like, okay, I have to work. I have to put up with whatever the situation is. Okay, somebody in your environment. Now, this could be your work environment as well. This could be your personal relationship. Okay, but you're dealing with some sort of addiction. And in this addiction too, it could be a workaholic type of situation here. It could be an alcoholic, could be somebody who is a thief, could be somebody who gambles. Okay, addictions aren't limited to drugs and alcohol use. Okay, it could be food, it could be binge eating or purging or whatever it is. Okay, there's just a few different things. But Libra, what this is kind of saying here, because I have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Remember how I said the situation isn't quite filling up your cup, okay? And there's better for you because I have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided, okay? So there is better for you out there. This card talks about the connection between the 3D and the 5D, the ascension stairs, okay? And again, this pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle, okay? So you're moving past the situation and you're starting to realize, okay, you're starting to realize that you have been dimming your light in order to fit in, okay, because there has been such a fear, okay, that you don't fit in or that you're not accepted by other people, particularly members of the opposite sex, okay, like you don't feel like you don't necessarily feel like you're good enough for certain people, okay? Or like when people try to flirt with you or express their love to you, okay, you shut down just a little bit, right? Because it's like, because for whatever reason, like maybe this person doesn't necessarily meet your standards, and like you don't know how to tell them that you're not mean, right? But it's like, share your voice here. Come out of the cave, persecution. This is one of three cards that talks about Muhammad, the prophet in the mountains. Okay, this is the stage in which he's writing the Quran. Okay, so like now that you kind of realize, okay, well, I'm dimming my light in order to fit in, and that there's better out there for me. The Akashic Library talks about all the soul contracts, and who it is that you're supposed to be here, Libra, right? And so as you're awakening to this, okay, you probably have dreams as well, Libra. Um, some of them nightmares, okay, but you are having dreams right now that are kind of pushing you in a few different directions, okay. It's possible that a lot of exes are coming up for you at this time, specifically in dream state, okay. So you're kind of in this position of like, I don't really know which way to go, I don't know who to choose, I don't know what's best, okay, I don't know what's best. you're still processing some sort of separation, okay? Because I have separation here, time apart from your partner is on the horizon, okay? So you're processing some sort of separation, and there's a codependency. So there was a separation which you probably lived with somebody, you probably had bills with somebody, you guys could have bought a house together. In some situations, there could have been children together as well, although there's not a whole lot of cards suggesting children in this reading at this time, okay? But things were tied together with you and this person, okay? And this person, I think, had multiple people on the go, despite the fact, and honestly, in some cases, this person actually could have had multiple lives with multiple people. So he may have had a house with you, and he may have had a house with somebody else also, okay? So you're trying to deal with that, okay? Because it's like you went from being codependent, a team player, co-creator with somebody, to kind of all of a sudden being independent and on your own, okay? And this is, again, the share your voice, okay? So if we talk about Mohammed the Mountain, the prophet in the mountains, now I do have the rite of passage, okay, which talks about the cave of darkness. And in the cave of darkness, we formulate these prophecies, okay? You've come out of that now, okay? You've kind of gone through your shadow self, and now you're sitting here trying to figure out what's next, okay? You see the pyramid in her view, okay? I always see this card as her sitting here holding a laptop. So perhaps you guys are looking for new work, or you guys are doing some sort of creative project, okay, that has to do with technology. So this could be graphic design, this could be website design, this could be anything along those lines, okay? Or again, you're just out there searching on the World Wide Web, trying to figure out what's coming next for you, okay? This could be in dating as well. And if you are currently online dating, okay, there's 4 profiles that are sticking out to you. One of them is an older man who you want to marry, okay? Others of them, like, one of them is a true love, because I have, this is the romance of a lifetime. Okay, so you have one big potential here. You have one person who is just generally flirtatious. Okay, it's not really going to go anywhere. He's just flirtatious, and just kind of wants attention, and you're like not sure about that one. And then I have retreat card. And again, if I look at him, he's an older man, okay, but they're in their wedding clothes. So it's this older man who wants to marry you. He's going to tell you that. He's going to offer you trips. He's going to offer you all sorts of things. Okay, he might even be a millionaire that kind of says, "Okay, I can give you the life that you want," but it's more of an arrangement than it is an actual marriage, right? And then I have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So somebody in this online dating arsenal that you have, you're gonna be like, you know what, I like you. Let's take this further here, okay? But that person may not be ready to move at that time, because I see some distress in the face, right? Like they're worried about that. Then making the first move, or you making the first move on them, might kind of scare them away here a little bit. Okay, so it's like you kind of had a wide spectrum of people that you're dealing with here at this time. Okay, but at the same time too, you're trying to remain focused on work and the practical things in life that you need to achieve, right? Like we have the temperance card. Some of you guys are working with pharmaceuticals. Okay, pharmaceuticals are associated with codependency as well, you guys, so there could be an issue with that. But some of you guys could be working towards like a pharmacist type designation, okay, or where you're working with dispensing medication. So this could be in nursing. This could also be in, yeah, I guess just general like healthcare aid type thing, right? But yeah, so it's like you're trying to remain focused on that. Some of you guys are in school currently, trying to hone in on your skills. Okay, so there could be new skills that you're trying to learn. So continuing education or just kind of going through the education, trying to balance out things right now. Okay, your life is crazy, your life is hectic between all of these people that you're kind of pseudo dating. Because as much as they might be like online profiles, I think you're actually like going out and meeting some of these people. Okay, so these are dates, but again, they are formulated through online dating. Okay, but you are going out on them. You are going out with dates. You have friends in your environment who are trying to kind of pull you in a lot of different directions as well, and family. So it's like you want to go visit family, but then you want to stay with friends, and then you want to go meet this partner, and then it's like you have to go to work, and it's trying to balance all of that out. Okay, and it's at the same time too, as you're trying to balance out all of these different crazy chaotic things that are happening in your life. Okay, you're also trying to overcome the separation. Okay, the separation anxiety that you have. that it's like whatever happened with this partner, okay, and this may have been just something that kind of happened to you in childhood where you were left alone, okay. It's a general reading. It resonates differently for everybody, so take it how it resonates with you, okay. But as a child you could have been left alone, and this caused a separation anxiety, okay, or that you have a kind of a severed relationship with the opposite sex parent. So if you're a male, then you have a severed relationship with your mother. If you're a female, with your father, this sort of thing, okay. And it's made it kind of difficult for you to formulate like this true love relationship that really ultimately you are seeking. This is what you're seeking, okay? Like, as good as this sounds, this old millionaire who comes, who wants to take care of you, and kind of offer you this semi-charmed kind of life, it's really not what you want. And because, like, I get the sensation here with the Eight of Pentacles, you want to be rewarded for your hard work, okay? You don't necessarily want a silver platter. You're not looking for that. You never have been, okay? You just want that true, genuine person who loves you, who matches you, and honestly is just as crazy as you. Just as crazy as you. Like, you see how he's dressed up, like this hat here? It's very youthful to me, okay? Very, very youthful to me. Now, bear in mind the person that you are going to be with. Okay, there's the angel on his back as well too. Okay, so he could be genuinely dealing with some difficult things also when you guys meet, when you guys come together. And this could be a problem again. This whole don't dim to fit in thing, right? Like, you may not necessarily understand what it is that he's going through or want to understand it. Okay, and honestly, this might come down to communication as well, because I do have the Ace of Swords. And bear in mind, you guys, the Ace of Swords is a double-bladed sword. It's as much negative as it is positive, okay? And that's just that's just the reality with the Ace of Swords. But it talks about truthful communications here, okay? So this could be a situation in which you're not trusting the things that people are telling you. Okay, you might question them. You might really like the Two of Pentacles is here, right? So this is definitely you questioning, and this is you trying to perform this magical balancing act that you've kind of been put at the helm of here. Libra, also at work, okay, despite what your role is, okay, some of you guys are on leadership roles, some of you guys are in entry level roles, okay. Either way, a lot has been put on your shoulders at work, okay? You've been given extra responsibilities, um, but not necessarily extra pay, okay? So it's kind of like it's indicating to me that you should be speaking up about that, okay? So if you feel like you're deserving of a raise, okay, then it's time to kind of go have that conversation with your boss about that, okay? Just because, again, it's kind of like, well, hey, look, I'm doing all these extra things. You don't require that of everyone else. I'm okay doing it, but I want to be compensated fairly, okay? And fair compensation is something big here, okay? Because it's like, again, with a job that you see as not filling up your cup, okay, the Temperance card and the Seven of Cups, it's like it's it's almost like your cup has a bottom, has a hole in the bottom of it, right? In regards to this work situation that I'm seeing, okay, and it's like you're constantly putting in your time and your effort into it, and again, you're not getting compensated fairly, you're not getting rewarded fairly for this. So again, it's time to speak up. It's time to express yourself regarding that. And expression is here also, okay? So, and in regards to this work situation as well, with the don't dim to fit in, some of you guys are kind of saying, well, I'll never get that. I'll never get that raise. You know what I mean? Like, I've tried for it. They won't do it. This sort of thing. Okay. And the Tower card is here. And the Tower card is kind of saying to me, well, some of you guys just want to leave this job behind altogether. Okay. Because it's like, it's not worth it. You're meant for so much more. You're meant for so much more. Marriage is going to be coming up for you here soon, Libra. Okay. So I don't know if somebody in your environment is going to be getting married. Or you're going to hear about an engagement, something like that, okay, because it has to do with this Akashic record and the 5D, okay. So it's like, but I see this more as like a wedding that you're going to be attending. This is going to be a church wedding, okay. And for you, it's kind of triggering you a little bit, okay. So this could be somebody pretty close in your family, okay. This could be a a mother, this could be a sister, this could be a very close cousin, very, very close friend. This could be a daughter or a son, something like that as well, okay. But somebody is getting married, or you're going to be hearing about it, and for some reason it's triggering you. So for some of you guys, there's like, you're not invited to it. Could be part of it, okay. For others of you, it's just triggering you, realizing like, well, hey, wait a minute, who am I going to bring as my date, right? And you're looking at your options and you're like, well, fuck, I can't bring this old man, right? And at the same time, too, it's like you can't bring this like flirtatious idiot, or this one who like is so afraid that you've expressed their love. Like, they're like, where is my true love? Where's my true love, right? Um, so it's kind of like it's triggering you in that sense, in that regards, right? Again, some of you guys could be called upon to be a bridesmaid as well, and this is going to be a really heavy burden for you, okay? Because it's like you don't have the time, okay, is one way of looking at this. You don't have the time to go for dress fittings and search it, especially if you're being asked to be a maid of honor in a wedding. You're like, oh my god, I really like, you don't want to let this person down. That's the thing, Libra, is that you're so concerned about other people's feelings and how they're affected by your actions that you really just don't want to let them down. Okay. So you're like, so you'll say yes, you'll say yes, you'll say yes. Okay. And the don't dim to fit in. It's like, you see how his eyes or her eyes are closed. Okay. Her hands are over her eyes. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to walk. Like, I'm seeing the Two of Swords walking across this blind tightrope. Like, okay, I can get through this. I can get through this. It's going to be what it is. Right. And so you say yes, but you don't necessarily think about the long-term effects or the long term, yeah, the long term effects. It's like, okay, well, and then as this person plans their wedding, it gets more and more out of hand, and it doesn't necessarily depict a big thing, okay? Although general reading, so for some of you guys, it's a huge guest list, and it's a huge sort of laundry list of things that she wants her bridesmaids to do and take care of. Um, this sort of thing. But it's like the dress, like, at first when she asks you, it's like, well, I don't want anything expensive, so I like my budget for the bridesmaid's dress is about $100, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, well, that's good. And then all of a sudden, like one of her other bridesmaids like throws a key in it, and it's like all of a sudden the dresses are going to cost $500 plus alterations. Um, Plus all of these things, okay, and then you got to pay for a hotel because the venue has changed. Like, there's just a lot of things are surrounded by this, and like I said, this is why it's going to be kind of a burden for you, right? Because you're like, well, fuck, financially, like, I'm working at a job that's not necessarily filling up my cups, so this is going to be very, very difficult for me to sort of balance out and achieve. And it's like, you're like, no, I'm not doing this on credit, is what I'm hearing. Like, I'm not borrowing money to do this, right? So there could be some arguments associated with this person or planning of this event type thing. Okay, now again, you guys, event planning. So this doesn't necessarily even have to be a wedding. This could be just some sort of party, a birthday party. Okay, if you're into those large celebrations, that sort of thing. Okay, but like definitely a lot of things that are like just demanding of your time and energy. And like honestly, your heart is kind of set right now on love, right? I choose to learn through love. So really, what it is that you want to bring into your life right now is true love. Is true love. Okay, and what you're feeling like, Libra, is with all of these other distractions and possibilities and things that are demanding of your time, how could you possibly achieve that, right? Is kind of what you're asking, like, how could you possibly achieve that, right? The options are a bit much. So if you guys are dating multiple people, which is something that you could be doing in this, okay? So you could have already met these four people through online dating, okay? And now you've kind of gone to the next step with each one of them, trying to figure out who it is that you want. Because, like, I get the sensation that maybe you haven't quite figured out what they're all about yet, right? Like, you haven't really figured out, like, that the flirtatious one is just a flirtatious, like, hopeless romantic. And the express your love is just somebody who is looking for an excuse to get out. And again, the retreat card is just, again, you realize the vibration of that, okay, and how that kind of like works for you, and how, like, and again, it could be this going to this wedding thing that kind of prompts you to be like, well, no, I can't bring this person. Like, you'll feel judged with this person because you're quite young in comparison, right? So again, there would be people around you who judge you, or that you feel like you're being judged, because Libra, you're very you're worried about that. Okay, that's part of the vanity associated with your sign, is that, yeah, again, you're worried about how other people perceive you, what they think about you, this sort of thing, especially if you live in like an area where a lot of people know you, and it's kind of like, okay, after the separation, how can you go with this person, right? This is not what this is not necessarily how people think. Maybe some of them, sure, but this is how you're worried about people seeing you, okay? But listen, the Ace of Swords, Libra, this is kind of your tool here. So again, you're able to sort of pick up the sword, okay, and kind of cut through the bullshit here and clear yourself a clear path, okay, to your true love, to your destiny that you're supposed to be fulfilling. Because again, don't dim to fit in. So, again, it's such a strong message here, Libra, that it's like you were meant for so much more than whatever it is that you're going through now. So when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Okay, so this is talking about surrendering to the process, okay, and allowing yourself to sort of be a little bit more free. Be a little bit more free is what I'm hearing, okay. Free of dependencies, right? And that's where part of this whole like situation is coming in, where you're dating all of these people. It's because like you're supposed to be finding your independence through all of this. And it's coming. Once you get through this, like, okay, look, the Seven of Cups here is talking like she's walking through the storm now, and it's about to get a lot more clearer for her. Okay, so it's like you're almost there. You're almost there, Libra. It's like you just have to get through this last little, like the home stretch. Okay, so some of you guys are running a marathon, preparing for that. As well too, right? But it's talking about the home stretch. So it's like you're almost there. You're almost there, right? And like you're gonna be really, really proud of yourself here after. I'm getting goosebumps for you, Libra. So you're gonna be really very proud of yourself here with Pillar of Light. And this pride is going to really instow, like, it's going to really make you realize this destiny that you're supposed to be fulfilling, right? Like, I'm so proud of what I'm doing. Now I can go on to the next step, right? Like, your hands are almost tied in the moment, okay? It's like you have to go through whatever this is, right? So, like I said, some of you guys are in school, and that's why, right? Others of you guys, like, you need money, so you can't leave this job, right? Others of you, it's like, again, you have this fear of being alone, okay? So you're trying to date and stuff like that. But no, again, like getting through this scenario, because it's like, honestly, like trying to filter through to find that true love is going to be really, really frustrating for you, okay? Because you're going to go through a lot of what I call scallywags. So basically, just a lot of people who are not serious, not ready to commit. Um, their nose is crooked, or one eye is bigger, one ear is bigger, just little things, okay? And it's like, Libra, I realize that they're not necessarily like a physically, like to you that doesn't really bother you too much what a person looks like physically. You do have vanity, so there has to be an attraction for sure. But basically, no, it's just like there's just always something wrong, right? Like, and if one eye was slightly bigger, it would bug you. Like, you would see that, and like, because Libra, you're the type of person that you are very controlled in your own environment, okay? Like, what you like. No one can really tell you otherwise. Like, you do have this piece of independence, okay, within you. And like I said, it's like I get what I want because I work for what I want, okay. And then on the other part of it, you're like, oh my God, I can't fill up my own cup alone. I need to be with a partner, right? But once you realize, and once you get through this phase into the next phase, you realize I can fill up my own cup without my partner, okay. And it's like you go from the Two of Cups to the Ace of Cups, which is like absolutely pure love for yourself, okay. And within that pure love for yourself, you're able to really make yourself a success. Because ultimately, I see success here in your cards, okay? And so don't fear that, okay? Because I really do fear like you're not going to be, like, you fear for yourself that you're not going to be successful and that you're not going to achieve your goals, okay? Some of you guys feel as though somebody's standing in your way. That's part of it too, okay? So this could be a very close friend or family as well. Somebody that you're kind of trying to trust again. This could come back to the codependency and the separation, okay? So it's very possible that you've this codependency, it was a friendship, a best friend, a sister, something like that, okay? Someone who's that close to you, okay? That you're no longer really talking with or talking to the way that you used to, right? So again, you kind of feel like you're just alone, right? You're alone. And this is why I feel like you're trying to date right now. It's just like, okay, trying to figure out where your life is heading, right? Because even though Libra, you set your goals, you work towards your goals every single day. That's a good thing about you. That's a really good thing about you, okay? But right now, like the anxiety that's kind of sat in for you is really just talking about like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it on my own. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do after this? Where am I going to go? Some of you guys really don't genuinely know where you're going to live or how you're going to pull through, how you're going to pay bills, right? Because again, like this job situation, it's like, and you're probably working overtime with it too, like working overtime trying to get this done. If you're in accounting, you're literally the last person to leave that office, okay, locked, and often it's dark by the time you make it home, okay, and you're like, well, no, this wasn't like, how is this right? You know what I mean? Like you're kind of getting the shitty end of the stick, is what I'm hearing in regards to work. And you're like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready here, okay, to take a step up. You're going to be making an expression. Some of you guys, it's going to be take that job and shove it. Others of you guys are going to have a serious sit down talk with your boss, okay, who's going to be offering you the proper promotion, the job title to go with it, and the pay to go with that as well, okay? So do be patient. Don't. There is kind of a, like, don't be so hasty here, right? Which is good, Libra, because with the Two of Pentacles beside the Tower, you aren't a person to make hasty decisions, okay? You kind of want to take a stopgap and think about what it is that you're doing prior to you doing it, right? Like you retreat in your mind, you think about things, right? Like I said, the Ace of Swords is your tool, okay? The Ace of Swords is really strong, actually, in your hands, especially as the Queen of Swords. It's a very empowering energy, okay, for you, especially when it's like you've just been quieted, you've been subdued, okay? You probably grew up in an environment where kids were seen, not heard, okay? So again, it kind of, you weren't able to express yourself properly, okay? The way that you wanted, or that you've never felt heard, okay? But now is the time to sort of take a more serious role in that. Some of you guys are going to be getting into public speaking as well, okay? So some of you guys could be pursuing politics as a career option, okay? And this is part of the reason why, like, you're kind of iffy about like public appearances and how you appear, because yeah, you're going to be running for public office, okay? um and again, you don't necessarily have time for this wedding bullshit on top of that either, right? But no, so public speaking as well. You guys could be talking, a press release. Some of you guys are going to have to go. This is actually on TV, is what I'm hearing. Okay, you're going to have to appear on the news, and you're going to have to be talking about something. This could have to do, and again, this kind of comes back to work, I think, for most of you, where this is not necessarily like public relations isn't your job title, but for some reason you're selected. You could be like the best looking one or something like that, okay? But like the idea of you getting on television and talking about something that's like not really your, like, you don't know enough about the subject, it makes you really nervous, really anxious, okay? um Now, others of you guys are going to be in some sort of like a festival, um some sort of community event that happens in your environment. Okay, this could be like a celebration, something like that. Okay, and your picture gets put in the newspaper. Um, this could be something, and then all of a sudden, people are calling you. Oh my God, did you see you? You're on page 3. Blah blah. Some of you guys, this is like front page news. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, so again, it kind of comes back to like who you're keeping company with, because if you're dating multiple people, one of those people might likely show up with you on that front page. Okay, so just be very, very wary of it. Um, for everything that you're about to achieve and you're about to acquire, okay, your ex is going to be very, very jealous, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so he or she, excuse me, might be coming back into your environment, trying to get you back in a way, or trying to get back at you, or again, trying to diminish what you've accomplished or what you've achieved, but like don't dim to fit in. Some of you guys aren't going to be answering this person. It's probably best if you don't, actually, but again, some of you guys will, some of you guys won't. It all depends on where your heart space is, when the separation happened, how it happened, what it left you feeling, okay? um, but yeah, trying to hurt you, or trying to take away what you have, or diminish what you have, well, and or remind you how good it was with him, right, type thing. So again, don't be triggered by this person or her. Don't be triggered by this person, okay? And allow yourself to kind of move forward in new directions, better directions, okay? Lastly, here I have, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. Okay. So again, it's like, it's achieving these things that you want to achieve, okay, these goals, everything that you have in mind, doing all of this, okay, really helps you like realize like, hey, you know what, I had to go through all of this. And again, the universe is putting you on the right path, and pretty soon you're gonna see that here. The pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Pretty soon you're gonna see it. And remember, hindsight is always 2020. Foresight never is. Okay, so do keep your eyes peeled for true love. For true love, okay, it is coming. Don't feel as though that you're not going to get it, or that you have to date below your standards to have any love versus true love. Hold out for the true love, Libra, because it is coming. Okay, Libra, this concludes your reading. I hope the video has resonated with you. If so, like, share, subscribe, all of those things. Okay, reach out down below for a personal reading here. I'd be happy to accommodate you. Like I said, within the next business day, you will have your reading from me. Libra, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will check you in the next video. Bye.